many information about how it's thinking.
Freedom of speech is really valued here.
It's an opportunity to get to know people and get to know experience.
I really love the digital skills course and the video editing course.
In June, 17 students from different Arab cultures traveled to the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication at Washington State University to study new media and journalism. The program was funded by the U.S. Department of State Study of the United States Institute.
In June 2009, you may know that President Obama gave a speech in Cairo, Egypt, and he talked about engagement with the Muslim world. And because of that speech, we got, my branch, the study of the U.S. branch, got an influx of additional funding to expand our programs to include more countries that are Muslim majority countries.
SUSI program hosted students from Lebanon, Palestine, Iraq, and Oman. During the 6-week program, students are provided opportunities to study and experience American culture, including homestay with American families, a visit to a Native American reservation,
about an important piece to the Nez Perce culture,
and the 4th of July picnic and fireworks. At WSU, the students explored American media from its foundation of free speech to modern media ethics and new digital technologies. The students experienced the Western college living while spending time in their dorms and meeting American students and families.
When you have something that opens your mind, that opens your personality, and I don't mean to sound sentimental, but it opens your heart. You have the ability to even get a sense, even a remote sense of somebody else's reality, how someone else lives. And when you do that, you start getting a sense of how you have been living, what your prejudices are and worldview is.
Learning a little bit about Americans, not just learning about journalism and media and technology, but learning a little bit about us, as well. And but like I said, it's been a nice experience for us too. So I think it's going well.
Many of the students come from countries that have been in conflict for years. These countries can be dangerous places for journalists.
We're not just training students, we're training some of the best students from the Middle East, and also sending them back to an area of the world where there is so much action, there is so much need for information and compelling journalism. And the revolution in Egypt is a classic example of how, when all the forces line up, how technology can be this catalyst, the last thing that triggers change.
YouTube and Al Jazeera International are one of the organizations that played a role in the latest crisis. The program will be visiting these places as part of the American Journalism Exchange.
Maybe some of the connections that we can help you make as you go, and we go to Al Jazeera and CNN and Twitter and some of the media outlets here, that you can begin to make some connections and begin to broaden your vision for what you might be able to do.
The program included a lot of practical skills, which most Arab schools lack. Students have produced several different projects, including personal essays.
Of course, I use what I learned here in my country, and our university made a program that when we come, give the other students what we know, how they live there, how the culture, how to deal with other things, to help them to apply again on the same program.
It gave me a lot of information about policy, freedom in the USA, and the most important was with me, the contact between the teachers and the students. There is no borders between us, so they are so friendly with us. This is the most important point with them.
And we talked about new things that we didn't know, especially American policy and American institutes, the Congress, the Supreme Court, and this stuff that we didn't know. And it was very interesting to know about the college that we were, Murrow College. We talked about his heritage and his history. So these were very amazing to me. And also about the leadership part, how we talked about leadership and to be a very successful leadership, and new digital and new skills with Mr. Atul. They were very useful because we didn't take these things before.
I was interested mostly in the American culture and American history, and about the leadership lectures. It's because back home we have an interesting topics we can talk about leadership, and we had a chance to do a presentation.
Yes, we're definitely going to stay in touch. We're creating the arabjournalism.org page that will have a continued ability to have conversations and to share information. And then we're looking at ways that we might be able to have you do some joint reporting with our students, after you get home.
Know that you will always have an opportunity to change someone's life, and it's a responsibility. So you do that to the best of your ability. You will always feel good about yourself.
It's the story of the 17 Arabs in the US who studied, exchanged, worked, and enjoyed the land of Uncle Sam. But as Edward Burrow used to say, everyone is a prisoner of his own experiences. No one can eliminate prejudices, just recognize.